y'all, welcome to another video. This is Debbie with the Crafty Diamond. Today I have part 4 and the final part to my drill storage for my square spare drills. Try to say that really fast. And I do have 3 others on my playlist. I will put those at the top of the eye in case you would like to watch those. You do not need to have already watched the first 3 in order to understand what's going on here. I will explain what I am doing. I am simply reorganizing from one box to another. This is considered a trunk. And I just have the 3000s to go and up to 3865, I think that it is where it ends. But I'm going to be using my spare storage where I have currently, I will be using that for my other spare storage drills, and that's going to be for all my special drills. The blue box here is one that I know I can add to it. I will be able to grow with it more. I can buy another box that's identical to this one, whereas with this trunk, I couldn't. And I want to be able to have as much space as possible, and so that's why I transferred over. And it wasn't just simply transferring, unfortunately, just transfer from one box to the next. That would have been very easy. But what I had to end up doing is cutting off some of the cards because they are too tall for my new box. And so instead of going through and having to waste all this cardstock and time of having to have the cardstock cut and then also having to go through and print out all of the DMC labels, I just decided to just go ahead, cut these off, use them, and it will be fine. So I am using my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. If you are interested in any of these items that I am using, I will put those underneath the description below. However, on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, if you are interested in any Stampin' Up! Products, trimmer, or whatever that it may be, and simply message me. My email is underneath the description, or you can also message me on Facebook or also on Instagram and let me know you're interested. Because it is Stampin' Up!, they do not allow to put any of the links up unless the entire video is Stampin' Up! So didn't want to get in trouble with them, and I always abide by the rules, so went ahead and just decided I will use my trimmer, but I cannot tell you what the link is. So how are you? How's everybody doing today? This is not a typical whip and chat because I am not working on a cross stitch conversion or my diamond painting, but I do want to work on my organization, and I thought what better way to do this and to keep me company than to do this as videos. And videos 1 and 2, and I guess even 3, they were quite a bit apart because it just happened that way because, you know, life happened and just could not get to working on those videos. So when I did the 3rd video, I immediately went ahead and did this one because why not? And everything was already out. I already had everything set up. The lighting looked the way I wanted it. So I thought I'll go ahead and do this one and at least get started on it. And then that way you can see part 4 the week after part 3. So I hope that you have enjoyed this playlist, that you've enjoyed having some extra time to craft while I am talking to you guys and to keep you company. And hopefully that this is the kind of videos that you also like, because if so, then I will definitely continue doing kitting ups and kitting downs. And if you don't like this kind of video, then let me know as well. But I like to organize. I really enjoy organizing, and it takes me a while sometimes to get organized. It takes me a while to decide exactly what I want to do. But then once I figure it out, then it pretty much is easy. But just the figuring out and taking the time to do it, because as much as I enjoy organizing, I would rather craft more. But then I know that if I get organized, everything will be so much easier. I don't have to worry about it. And so that is very nice that it's already done. It'll be easy, much easier when I kit down on my spare storage, that it'll still already be ready to go. I'll already have the bags ready. I don't have to fumble around trying to find my DMC stickers. And so I'm excited about that. So some of you that are new may be looking at this and wondering, what in the world is this crazy lady doing? Why is she having all of these bags? What is going on? And so what I am doing now is I like to save my bags, my spare drills. It is not something that's required when you're diamond painting. If you want to, you can. You certainly don't have to. Some do, some don't. It is totally up to you what you would like to do. Personally, I like to save mine because if I or my daughter runs out of a particular DMC number, I can go to my stash and hopefully I will have that drill that I need. Or if I want to change out colors, if I don't like a color on a canvas, I want to change it out, I can see what exactly that I have, and that way I don't have to go and buy anything. I can easily do it. So that's one of the reasons. And then also I like to do the cross stitch conversion, where you buy a blank canvas and it's a diamond painting canvas, but you have to buy everything separately. So if I have the drills, I can save a little bit of money on that, and I can use the drills that I have. Let me look and see. I think I have drills for 3024. I do. They just weren't in with 3024. So let me change this out, and then I can use this bag. So that's one of the reasons. And I am really enjoying my cross stitch conversion. So I know I'm going to want to do more. So I might as well save my drills, save a little bit of money. And as long as I have the space, I will not worry about it. And right now I have plenty of space in my craft room to where I can put everything here. This is 3031. I can put everything in my craft room, so it's all good. I do have a nice size craft room. I am very fortunate. I make cards, and so I have a lot of card making supplies. I had some scrapbook supplies, and I've pretty much purged the majority of those over the summer. I've sold some, I've given some things away. There were some things that were so old. I had some ink pads that were completely dried up, and I obviously hadn't used those in a long time, because if I had, I would have seen them, and so I just threw those away. Can't use them. And they were so old that they were starting to crack, and they didn't have those same colors anymore, and so I just had to do a lot of purging. But at first it felt really nerve-wracking when I was purging, and I just kept saying, I should keep this, maybe I'll use this. I hadn't used it in 10 years, but you know, I might need it in the next few months. Not. So I had to get into a different mindset when I was going through everything. And then I had a bunch of stamps, and I thought, am I going to use these stamps anytime soon? Do they scream out that I need to use them now? And so a lot of them, I'm like, no, I don't think I'll ever use this stamp. This is not my taste anymore. I mainly make cards for soldiers or cards for church. and these stamps just will not work for any of this. And so I sold them, or I gave them away. And now looking at my craft room, it is so nice because I can actually find what I need. I don't have excess items that is just laying around. It's going to bring joy to somebody else, and that was the plan. That's what I was really hoping for, is that I could bring joy to others who either couldn't afford it or was looking for something and couldn't find it. And so I did give quite a bit away. Gave some away to some people at church who wanted to learn how to make cards, but they didn't have a lot of the supplies. And so I thought I'll give some of those that were appropriate for church cards. Give some of those, give some cardstock that I don't use to some other people. And it actually worked out very nice. So I was really grateful for that, and grateful that I now have more space. And I am not going to buy more because I have more space. But I can spread everything out now, and it's not so junked up in my closet or in my cabinets. And I can actually find stuff. I don't have a 3047. I don't know why I'm missing some of these really small DMC stickers. That is very strange that I'm missing these. I may end up having to pull some more bags out. A lot of the DMC codes that are in the 3000s, I don't have a lot of spares in my storage yet for those numbers. Here's one that I do have, 3052. It will be really nice when I can get this project off of my to-do list. I will be really happy with that. And then I can move on to another big project. I'm always having something going on. I never am satisfied with my craft room. I always want to change it up somehow, some way. Some of these I have thicker cardstock that I started putting into bags when I first started saving my spares, and they do take up a lot of space in the bag. It does help them stand up better, but then once you start to get more in the bags, then you have to take the cardstock out, and that is not the easiest thing to do. So I just decided when I get to those, I'm just going to go ahead and take that cardstock out. I'm not going to save it, but I'm going to take the cardstock out, and then that way all the bags are the same. I don't have to worry when they start to fill up trying to force them out of there. So it works out easier for me. And they're standing up okay. It's not the best on some of these, but once they get into the box, I think they'll all be okay, because I do have a good start to my spare storage. And as long as I've been diamond painting, I should have more on my spare storage. But for the first year that I diamond painted, I did not save my drills. And then the second year, I didn't diamond paint that much, really. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have a lot in here. I should have quite a bit more for this year if I can get some finishes. I have two that I have finished that I have not kitted down that I need to do. And that will be on future videos where I'm going to have kitting down. I don't like to have more than one in a week of the same type of video, so that will be on a different week when I do finally get to kit down, and then I get to kit up my Halloween cat that I'm planning on doing for Drills and Chills. I want to get that one kitted up as soon as possible because I'm ready to start working on it. Even though I have several whips going, if you saw my August month in review, you will see all of the whips or work in progress that I am currently doing, and it's quite a bit. But I like a variety, and it just kind of happened. I didn't mean for it to happen that way, to have so many projects that I'm working on, but it does not bother me whatsoever to have multiple projects. I was worried that it would, and I started, and I had 3 going at one time. That didn't bother me, so then I added a couple more, and every time I add one, I'm thinking, okay, this is it. This is really going to tip me over the edge. I am not going to be able to handle all of these work in progress, and lo and behold, I am just fine with it. Why do I have a 3328? I don't have anything to go with it. That's kind of strange, but I'll go with it. That's not even showing that I have a 3328 sticker. Some of these stickers my daughter got into because she needed them for one of her kits that she was working on. And so I told her to go ahead, which is fine. But now I'm short on a couple of stickers, but that one doesn't even show that I ever had one of that DMC. And this has happened before where it's missing the entire number. I can make my own, and I will sometime. But that time is not going to be today. It's nice seeing this box being reduced. I'm really liking it. I've already completed my rounds, and I did those. I didn't do those on a video. I did those when I was just sitting watching TV one night. I thought, well, I have nothing really else to do, and I sat there and I did the rounds. And I thought, I'm going to wait and see if I like this, if I like the kitting down process of using this box instead of what I was using. And I did. So I thought, if I like it on the rounds, I'll go ahead and change the squares. And it was just as time consuming as this one. It's actually more so because surprisingly I had more rounds than I did squares that I had already started, and some of them were not the same color. They were way off, and that was when I first started. Didn't really know what I was doing and did not like having to go and find colors that would match. So as I was going through on the rounds, if I saw some that they just did not match, I either went through and I did take the ones out that didn't match, or if it was all mixed in the bag, I just put them in my trash container, and I use those for some cards that I make that are called shaker cards. And so I did that, and I gave a lot of those away to friends that make cards, save them from having to go and buy different things to put in their shaker cards. So that was nice. It didn't just go to the landfill or anything. It was used. This one has the card stuck in here, and this one's really tight. Okay, this is 33.48. I'm gonna have to order some more stickers because there's too many of these that do not have stickers on the bags, and that is an absolute must. I've got to have those. Okay, 33.50. And I hate making these because it does use up so much of the ink. If I like it the color of the DMC, which I do, it will use up way too much ink on my printer. So for that, I will just order these little stickers. For now, I'm only going to have one bag, one full bag for each DMC. And once the bag is full, then I will put it into an off storage that I'm going to use in case someone else needs some drills. I can give those away, or I can use those for something else, or if I need quite a bit for a cross stitch conversion, I'll have extra. But I really don't want to have an excess, an overabundance in this box. Now, if the DMC colors, if they do not match, then I will decide what I'm going to do. I have two 3371s. I'm going to put this one up. I think this one is almost full. So I'll just do this. I'm going to keep this one in here so I know where that is. Now I'm dropping everything. That's 3371. It's nice because I'm seeing the end of this section. Now I'm on the 3607. I'm working back to pinks. I don't know how in the world I ever got some of these in here. Must have been a struggle. I do not remember, but it had to have been a major struggle because I'm struggling getting these out of here. All right, there's 3607s. Okay, now I've got 3608. That one's almost full. I did have a kit that had a lot of pink in it, and so a lot of these are from, at least this last three here, were from that kit, 7, 8, and 9. And I don't think I have that many in the 3800s either. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see in just a minute. 3609. I am surprised at how quiet my house has been all day. I should not say that because that means tonight probably time to go to bed. We're going to hear a lot of planes. 36. We live close to a private airport, and we thought, I don't know where we got this from, but I know at one point this was the case, that the airport was not open all the time. It was closed on Sundays, and they actually closed the airport at like 10 o'clock at night. And they didn't open the airport until around 8, I believe. So we thought, well, that won't be too bad. And now the city that we live in decided they wanted to purchase this airport. They wanted to make it an international airport. And so when they did, they decided that since it is now a public airport and they have to go by specific guidelines, then they're open all the time. So they're open 24/7. They do training 24/7. Sometimes we hear jets going over very late at night. But today the airport has been super quiet. They also are a training hub for several of the large airlines, commercial airlines. And so we're always hearing them with their flight patterns and just learning how to land, how to take off. It's just a constant thing. This is not our forever home, thank goodness. We do not want to, when we retire, we don't want to stay here. We would love to live in the mountains or out further. And so that is the plan. We'll see. But I've already told my husband that when we start looking for a place, we want to make sure there's not any airports nearby. We're not in the flight path of airplanes. I do not want to do this again. We also have trains. When I first moved here, and my husband told me when we had gotten married, and he said, well, just wanted to let you know that, you know, we do have trains. Well, I knew that from coming over when we were dating, and I thought, well, it won't be, you know, too bad. And then whenever we moved here, I thought, what in the world have I done? We should have stayed at my house, sold his. I don't know if I can handle this train situation. And now it's like I don't even hear the trains. And this is a different house than when we first got married, but it's still in the same area. And the trains aren't as bad in this area as they were where we used to live, but we still hear them. And every now and then we hear them when we're sitting outside. But now it's just a thing to where we've gotten so used to it, we just kind of tune it out. But there is no tuning out when it comes to the planes. There's just no way I can tune it out. Those are just not, those drills don't look very good, so I am putting those in my trash bin for my drills. And just starting a new bag. I do not put discount company drills in with these drills. These are for my premium companies that I purchase from or that I am given sneak peeks to do. I also, for my Diamond Painting Deutschland, now I do keep those separated from these because the colors on Diamond Painting Deutschland are different than the DMC colors on all the other companies. They're just off. I'm not exactly sure why, but I love their drills. Their drills are some of the best drills, especially on the squares. So there's no complaints about the drills. It's just the colors are different. So I do keep those separated, but I don't keep my drills separated by company for anything else. If they're the same colors and I can see that it matches, then I will go ahead and I will put those in the same bag. But if the colors are different, then I do a new bag. And I will have more than one bag of that color because they don't match. I'm at 37.16. Here's this one. All right, I have just a few of these, and then I can go to the next row. Moving along pretty quickly, or at least for me, I feel that it's rather quickly. 37.21. Angie and I have another event that we are going to host, and that's going to be from November, and we don't know if we're going to do it through the end of December or maybe just the middle of December. We're not really sure about that yet, but it is going to be for any canvas where you're going to have special drills such as ABs. You may have some crystals. You might have other special drills, and it can be any canvas. We're going to focus on a Christmas canvas, but it can be any canvas that you want. And we haven't really narrowed down the requirements yet. We just know that it is going to have to include some special drills, and we have not said how many yet, or if you can just have a kit that comes with them, or if you have to add them. We are definitely talking about that. She has been on vacation, and then before that she was really busy with work and things, and so we just haven't gotten together on it. But we do have a Facebook group that is set up for the event. We are working on contacting sponsors, and we need to do that really soon because it is September. But if you are interested, we would love to have you. And so be on the lookout for that information. That will be coming out on Instagram probably soon. And also, if you're interested in the Facebook group, go ahead and request to be admitted to that group. Just make sure you answer the questions. We're trying to make sure that we are keeping bots out, and also those that have no interest in diamond painting, but that are stalkers possibly. So we are just asking just simple questions just to make sure that everyone's on the up and up. And so once you answer those, then we'll go in and we will accept you. This one is, and I have not decided yet how I'm going to bling mine up, but I need to start looking at that too, on what exactly I plan on doing, because I need to see what I have. Of course, I need to get it organized first to see all of my special drills that I have in a box that I need to organize, and that way I can easily look and see what I have. So that is one of my next projects, to get that done, and that's going to be a big one, to get all of those in some kind of an order, which I should have done before I started buying all of them, or right when I started buying all the special drills, and I didn't. So that's something else that I've got to do. Let's see, 37.43. I am really trying to be careful with our time. I don't want to go over. If I have to go over a little bit just to get this finished, I don't want to go into a part 5. There's not going to be enough to do that. But if I have to go over a little bit, I will. But I don't want to go over by very much. but we'll see. 3746. This is a really pretty purple, blue violet dark. The card looks purple, but the DMC sticker just looks blue, so I'm not really sure. Now I've got very light purple that looks to be blue. 3747, blue violet. This just doesn't look like blue violet to me, but we'll roll with it. Okay, so there's that one. I've actually done 2 videos in a row on this, so my hand's getting rather tired. 3750, and it's mainly tired from reaching over and also from having to cut every one of these, the cardstock, because they're too tall. And I'm glad that the rounds are already done, so I don't have to do those. 3752. I do not have a sticker for that one. These are starting to fall down. I need to come up really soon to some of the bags that actually have drills in them, so this will stand up some more. I have a long way to go before I, well, just a few. 3753. And if I don't get this finished today, then I may just call it good and then show you what the box looks like when it's finished. So that way it is done and you can actually see a finish and you're not having to listen to me drone on. May have to put those in the box in just a minute because they are falling down. All right, 37. I still have several on these that do not have drills already in them. 3756. I'm really going through these little baggies too. All right. Maybe I should get something to hold these up, like another tray or something. This will work. Glue dots. Okay. That will work for a few minutes anyway. I'm up to 3760. Now I have some more stickers, so that definitely will help. I'm at 3761. I have to get this finished so I can clear off my table and be ready for my card group tonight to make cards for my church or birthday cards. I need to make some birthday cards for my birthday club, and if you are not signed up for the birthday club, you would like to receive a birthday card and some goodies from me for your birthday, then please sign up. It is underneath the description under birthday club. I will send out a card to you and then a few little goodies depending on what I have, and it could be anything. I've gotten just a little behind on September's. There's, I think, one in September that might be late. There were a couple in August because I had just gotten started, and so those were a little late. I don't like to have birthday cards late, but at least they got sent out with some goodies. Okay, 37.66. Now this is a bag. This should start helping a little bit with keeping some of these in line there. But yeah, definitely if you're interested. I am still taking a look to see if I want to set up a Patreon or how I want that to look like. I should have a decision soon. I wanted to do something where it's a little extra for community, my little community that I have with my channel, and I'm just trying to see how I want that to look, what I would want my Patreon to look like. Nothing else would change of what I'm doing now in the way of content that I'm already doing on my channel. I wouldn't take any of that away because of a Patreon, but Patreon would have additional perks, and like we would meet once a month or every other week, just depends, and we would meet live, we could craft together through Zoom. So I am working on that. I've been considering it for a long time. I wanted to wait until I had gotten at least 1,000 subscribers, and so now I am at around 1,300. So I think that that would be a good time to start thinking more about it. I'm not sure how it would look like. That's why I've kind of just been waiting to see, and I don't really know how much I would want to charge. I hate to even charge anything. That's the whole idea of a Patreon, and it also will help with the channel, and if I need to purchase anything for the channel that would help out you guys, just to show you, different accessories you can purchase, or different canvases that maybe new that I've not purchased from, and that way I can tell you what my feelings are, and then you can make your decision if you would want to purchase from that particular company. So I'm not 100% sure how that would look like. I have looked at other channels that have Patreon. I am a Patreon member for 2 channels. One is diamond painting and one isn't. I have 2 bags of 37.76, but one is definitely different than the other one. So on that one, I will keep that in there. And they're both full, so that looks like it was in a fall kit from a couple of fall kits that I've done, because that looks familiar on these colors. And then 37.77. I have a bag. I don't know if that is 37.77 or not. I'll have to look at that and see. Okay, 37.77. That was not, that was 37.78. I have to get some more bags out of my stash here in a minute. Starting to run low on bags. And if you are members of a Patreon and you really like being a Patreon member, let me know. I don't want to copy anybody's Patreon or anything like that. That's not what I'm asking. I would just like to kind of see what other people like, what you would like to see, what you would expect to see out of a Patreon. So I don't know. I mean, I'm still learning think I always will be on different things to do. At $37.79. Okay, I'm almost done with this row that I have started on, and I have a few left for the other one. So I need to see $37.81. I'm surprised I don't have this one. $37.81. And I need more bags. I think I just hit you guys again. Let me grab my bags here. Yeah, I'm going through the bags. Let's see. Okay, I'm at $37.81. And I'm so excited about having this done that I am ready to kit down. It's not going to be today, but I am ready to start kitting down on 2 of my canvases, almost a third one. I'm trying to get some completions. I am trying really hard because I really do have several I want to work on. I really don't need to be adding any more to my whips. But if I decide to, then it will just happen, and I will. There's 2 that I'm waiting on that as soon as they come in, I don't have a $37.87. As soon as they come in, then I know those 2 I'm going to kit up. So I'm hoping that I will have at least one completed before those 2 arrive. Or I may just keep them in the box, not even open the box, not even do an unboxing until I'm ready to kit up. Because I know for a fact that once I open these, I know I'm going to really want to kit up. Let's see, this one, these are extras, but they don't look that great. I will just keep the bag. And now I can start on these and move these over. Okay, I did have to stop for just a little bit, so now I am back, and I don't have that much to go, really. So that is a good thing. I was hoping that this wouldn't go over by an hour by very much, so hopefully it won't. But if it does and you cannot watch all of it, I totally get it. But I really want to get this done. I don't want to make this into a part 4, considering that I don't have that much left. So I think that will be really good just to get this finished. This will be one of my big projects that I can mark off my to-do list. And you guys can see exactly what I do. I'm debating on organizing all of my special drills and do it on video. So let me know if you would be interested in something like that, which would be similar to this, but I would not be cutting the cards or anything. I'm probably going to have to make some cards. I'm kind of thinking about doing that. At first I thought, well, I didn't really need cards for the specials, but I think that it would be kind of nice to have them, so that way whenever I go to look for a particular color, then at least it'll be easier to find. At least that's what I'm kind of thinking. But I can always change my mind, and I probably will before I end up doing it. And I am just excited to have this finished. Listen. And then I can diamond paint for the rest of the day today. I finished everything I needed to do for work. And now I can just enjoy, and I can diamond paint. I'll have to figure out which one I want to diamond paint. I have so many work in progress right now. Figure out which one that I'm in the mood to work on, which really is all of them. So then what do I do? Do I do a decision wheel to see which one to work on? I know that Rebecca with Add More Zest does that. She will put her whips on a decision wheel, and she lets the decision wheel decide what she's going to work on. And I thought about doing that too when I can't decide which whip that I have to work on, but I keep going back to the same one. So I don't know if that says something about that particular diamond painting. I've even taken the diamond painting off of my table, and I still go back and put that one back on. And that is the Professor Macrum. And I just am having so much fun with that one. It is coming out really pretty. It's easy to do. And it does have some color blocking. It also has some confetti, but it's going really fast. But I also need to stop that and work on the others, unless I want to just concentrate on that one, get it finished, and then go back to the other ones. So I don't know. If you work on several whips at one time, what do you do? I know there are several of you that have 3 and 4 going, and you actually finish them at the end of each month or close to it, and you finish a lot of them around the same time together. I'm just not good at that. I don't know if I'm just not used to that yet. But I want to have some finishes, but I keep adding more to my stash or to my work in progress, the ones that I really want to work on. I don't know what that is. I'm glad that I'm going through this because I'm seeing a lot that needed some maintenance. And so now probably every couple of months or so, I'll go through here and just do some maintenance, make sure that everything looks good in my box. I won't have to do an entire box again. I hope I'm cutting these short enough. The top may still be a little bit tight on these. I thought that I had cut them enough. Put the top on, and the top is still a little snug, but I am not going back and redoing them. I think it'll be fine. I just don't want my cards to get bent. I even thought about, this is going overboard, but I thought about even laminating these little cards because I do have a laminator, and that way they will last longer. And then I thought, no, I don't really want to do that. That's a lot of laminating. It will take forever. So I thought if I just need to make new cards, I can just do that. That will be better than laminating all of these. And that would take a very long time. I don't even know how many cards that these are. How many ever DMC numbers I guess that this is. I don't have any idea. I know it has to be over 250 because so far the canvas that I have with the largest number of colors was 250, and that was Diana, and I know that there's more colors out there. Maybe that's something I ought to check into to see how many diamond painting colors that there are for DMC. I know not all DMC numbers are diamond painting numbers that are diamond painting DMCs, but it'd be interesting to see. So if any of you guys know that, let me know. I'm curious now. I might let Paige do some research. She loves to research. It will give her something to do. We're still waiting on her to start her new program, and she is starting to get a little bored. So I've got to start keeping her a little more busy than what I'm doing. That has proven to be more difficult than I thought that it would be. We are supposed to have some cooler weather, and cooler means in the 80s instead of the 90s. But right now it's still really hot today. When I went to work this morning, it was absolutely freezing. It is always cold on campus, especially in my classroom. My classroom is a lab, and it is adjoined by the computer room, and they have to keep it really cold in there, and so they keep the lab really cold because of all the computers. And I think too, it helps with germs, so germs can't breathe. But it is really cold. So I get it in my classroom, but it's like, do you have to have my office so cold that I have to wear a sweater? I cannot wear sandals because I would absolutely freeze. And in the winter, I actually have a little heater that I have in my office, and it keeps it nice and warm in there. And I even have a blanket. I am very cold-natured anyway, but it's just ridiculous when you go to work and you're freezing, and then as soon as you come out to your car, then the heat just hits you. That's not really good either. I keep thinking if I do some diamond painting fall kits, then that's going to make me feel more like fall, but I don't see how that's going to help because it's still hot out. I can just dream of fall, I guess. Which is what I kind of been doing. I've been dreaming that it's going to be cooler. You go outside and like, no, this dream is now a reality nightmare. It's still too hot. Alrighty, I am getting closer. This box may already be full before I even really get started with it. But a lot of these are just empty bags, so I'm hoping I have a little bit of room before it gets really full and I have to get another box. But even getting another box, I can just transfer all of these over, so that won't be as bad. It won't take nearly as long as all of this. And I'll have bags for every color. I am missing some stickers. I have ordered some more stickers, so I'm putting those up. Paige can use these if she needs them. I did order her a set too. So that way I will have a full set, and I will just use those for the ones that I'm missing. Which isn't horribly bad, really. I don't want to not have a label on here and then somehow it gets separated from the actual cardstock. Then I have no idea what it is, which I've done that before too. And then trying to figure out what color it is not easy. I'm getting closer on this one to finishing. Now it's getting harder to reach. I may have to move this box just a little bit to get it to where I can easily reach. 3826. All right. Definitely reaching over is not easy. I don't want to get my hand all in the camera either. I have got to get my craft room cleaned up. I did have my card group, and even though it's virtual, it's like my room is a disaster from everything that I was using. And then I did make some cards after my card group was over. I had some birthday cards to make, and I just have things everywhere. I thought by purging a lot of things it would be easier, but it's really not, because I still have a lot of things. Way too many things in my craft room. I'm not going to keep these drills, but I am going to keep the bag. So I'm just going to dump these out. Put those in my little fire hydrant bucket. Now I need this one. Some of the ones coming up actually have drills, so that is going to be nice. It's going to help hold some of these bottom ones down, I think. I am going to eventually get brave, and I do want to go live. It would be during the day on a Friday is what I'm kind of thinking. That would be the best time, I think, for me. Nights just do not work very well. Not right now, anyway. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe, these aren't very good either, that I might do that too. But like one thing at a time. Don't try to overdo it. Let's just do one thing at a time. So I think eventually, I know I shouldn't say eventually. I want to do it sooner rather than later. But I'm just kind of waiting to see, to be honest. I'm not really sure what I'm waiting on. Just trying to wait to see what I really want to do. What I want that to look like. Live will be easy. I just have to kind of get brave enough to do it. I don't even know why I say brave enough. I'm not nervous or anything. I do live lectures every day at work, and that doesn't bother me. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright, so now we're on 3836. I need to fix that before all my cards started falling. 38, 36. I may need to go ahead and order me another box just so I'll have two. I'm hoping to have just 2 rounds and 2 squares and not have more than that, but we'll see. I don't know. This one looks really bad too. There's about 4 different colors in here. I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. I don't like to have all these different colors. This is one of the first ones that I did. I also think this bag may be ripped a little bit because it looked like the drills were trying to come out. Okay, 38, 37. Okay. Now, I'm seeing some bags with drills. This is good. This will save me a little bit of time, I think. Because I already have drills. 38, 38. Maybe they'll stand up better. 38, 39. I should probably go through here and make an Excel sheet on which ones that I have. Might make it easier when I run out, so I can run and see exactly what I need if I have that one or if I need to order or whatever, but that is for another day. It's going to take up more time. I don't know if I need to be that organized. I might, as I'm going through here one day, as I am de-kitting, I might do that. Okay. I hope these don't start falling. I only have a few left, and these are starting to fall apart. Let's see what I can do here. This is 38.41. I do have a few drills for 38.41, so that's definitely a plus. Not very many, but I do have cardstock and a lot of these towards the end. So that's going to take a little longer to be able to get the cardstock out if they're as tight as all the others were. 38.42. I don't know if this is 42 or 43. Let's see. Okay, 38.42 it is. Taking these out because I'm not sure, since they don't have a tag on them, I'm not sure if that was 42 or 43, and there were, those look to be discount acrylic drills. Nothing's wrong with acrylic drills, they just don't look as shiny as some of the others that I have. So I'm assuming it's from discount companies, and I'm not putting those in here anymore. This is 38.43. Got to take another one out. This is where it's taking me longer. I'd rather do all this at once and not do this as I go through it, because that's going to save time in the long run. 38.43. 38.44. These dark blues are really pretty. I always like when I get to use these. I haven't used these in a long time. The bright turquoise, dark, medium, and light. Those are really pretty. And I actually have some of these, so that's good. I love the turquoise anyway. Right, 38.45. That's gonna go here. I have little slivers of paper now everywhere, so I am going to definitely need to sweep my room when I am done with this. It is little slivers all over my floor, and I have a sectional rug, and I bet you I have drills on those. That is nothing unusual. I'm always finding drills on the floor. And even in rooms that I don't diamond paint in, I'm finding drills in. Like, how is that possible? Unless it just gets on our clothes or it gets on our shoes or something, and then we're tracking it all over the house. That is the only thing that I can think of. When my daughter got home, and we did not diamond paint when she was here, just didn't have time, she told me that she was going through putting all of her luggage and everything up, and she said that she had about 3 diamond paintings in her suitcase. I'm like, well, I guess they hitchhiked and decided they wanted to go to South Dakota. I don't know. She was in my room, in my craft room, for just a little bit. We were just down there, and she was looking at some things, but we didn't diamond paint. So it's kind of funny that she said that she found some diamond paintings. And then one day, my husband found a diamond painting in his shoe, which he wasn't too happy about. He said, I wondered why my foot was starting to hurt. Well, he had a diamond painting in it. a drill. Like, how did you have a drill in your shoe? And he never goes barefooted. Like with me and Paige, we tend to go barefoot sometimes in the house, and he doesn't. So I don't know how in the world he got it on his shoe. And he doesn't even go around with just socks. He always has shoes on. Whether it's what he calls his indoor shoes, which are kind of like house shoes, I guess. And then he also has his outdoor shoes, and they were in his boots for work. I'm like, I don't know, because you don't wear your boots in the house, which is very strange. But if you guys seen that, or you have found drills in weird places, I try to be really careful because I don't want the dogs or the cats to get any of the drills. Not sure. That would really worry me, because I'm afraid they would swallow them, and that would not be good. This is $38.52. I have a big bag of $38.53. I think this, I did a really pretty painting at the end of last year and finished it actually in January of this year, and it had a lot of oranges in it. And I'm pretty sure that these two, $38.53 and $38.54, I am pretty confident that these were from that kit. And I have 2 bags, so I'm going to pull one bag out. It's going to go in my overflow, and then I'm going to put this one in. And they're both the exact same color, so I know that, I'm pretty confident it came from that kit, and it was a Dreamer Designs. It was so pretty. I had forgotten all about that when I was looking at my blog book just to see what all I'd finished for this year, and that was in there. So it's going to be fun at the end of the year when I do a year in review to see what all I've actually completed. I mean, I can look at my logbook and see, but it's just going to be a lot of fun to pull those back out and to reminisce and to look at all of the kits that I've done and all the kits that I hadn't finished. I'm sure I will have whips going into next year. I'm rather confident that I will. I know that some people don't like to do that. They don't like to have whips going into the next year. They want to start fresh. And I did that at first. Now I guess I'm over it because there's no way I can get all of mine. I mean, I guess if I stop now and I did not add any more whips to what I'm working on, I guess in that case, I could finish. I don't know if I could even finish all of them. I might could get close. Probably could get close, but I don't know about finishing. But I'm okay with that because I'm going to be adding more soon. There are 2 more that's coming in. One is Jaded Gem Shop, and another one is from Diamond Painting UK. And I know I want to start on both of those. And they're both kind of large. I'll probably hold off on the Diamond Painting UK one. But the one from Jaded Gem Shop, once it comes in, I'm going to unbox it and kit it up and start on it. I ordered it about 6 weeks ago, so it should have a tracking pretty soon. I'm not in any hurry for it by any means because I know that I'm going to want to start on it. So I'm hoping that before it gets here, I will have one of my larger ones done so I can kind of justify starting on it. I don't mind having a lot of whips going, but I really don't know how I feel about having larger ones. Medium size I think is okay, but the large ones I'm not real sure if I want to have several of those going at one time. Oh, I'm getting closer. I'm excited. And 3860, and I have had to stop this one for a little while, and then I started back up, so I'm not sure how long this is going to be. I know that it's more than an hour, and even going through during my edits, I am sure that it's going to be more than an hour. Okay, I have two 3861s. I can't tell if they're the same color. I'm putting that one in my overflow. They do look to be the same. A lot of my kits have 3861. This Cocoa Light. I have just a few more to go. This one's 3862. And I actually have some drills. After all of this, I will definitely need to replace my blade in my trimmer. My trimmer hasn't seen this much of a workout in a while. 3863. Okay. And my little container here is getting full, so I'm probably going to have to dump that in just a minute. 3864. Well, maybe I can get 3 more in here. We'll see. Just need 3 more. Okay, 3865. This is Winter White. You don't see that many whites, or at least I don't, on my diamond paintings, and I need some white. I'm running short, or I think I'm going to be, on my cross stitch conversion. I think that was 5,200 that I need. I don't think that I ordered enough of 5,200. So I may have to order some of those, because there's not much in here either. Not enough for me to say that I have enough. Let me know if I have a 5,200. I know I don't. I don't think that this comes in 5,200. I'll just put this one. Yeah, it does actually. B5200 comes before 150. That makes a lot of sense. All right, so now I'm going to put these, and I can move this over. I am done with this drill storage. So that is going to be nice. I'm going to move all of these over into my box, rearrange some things, and I'll be right back to show you what the end result looks like. So now I have the final result. I am really happy with this. I have used up 3 of the rows here, and I have 1 that I can grow in. These rows are kind of tight, so once I start adding more on my squares, on my spare squares, then it's going to fill up. So I'm sure I will need a second box soon, but hopefully not too soon. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button, and also if you have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button as well. That way you will be notified of future uploads. I hope that you enjoyed this video and have the great rest of your week. Until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye!